dear. I'm gonna go get you some chickens for your farm.
Dreaming now.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, so Tesla and SpaceX are both pointless companies, but like Tesla less so than SpaceX because you could say that all car companies are pointless.
Well,
Like,
pointless in what
so
regard?
Tesla is less well, like okay, unnecessary, but like so Tesla is less of a pointless company than SpaceX because Tesla makes cars, and there are loads of car companies that will use cars.
Yeah.
The reason Tesla's pointless or more unnecessary is because of the fact that they just do random. They don't just make cars. They're trying to be all fancy with it. They're like, oh, look at all the fancy shit with cars we can do. It's just like, why? I just want a car.
Well, they're trying to innovate, John. This is human innovation, and
Yeah, but it's dumb.
no, it's not dumb. It's very helpful. Teslas are some of the best cars in the world because they work so hard on them.
They do like the green emission stuff, don't they? They work on their emissions and green, and that's all good. But they look shit. No one can afford them. They're not really a realistic thing for people to buy.
Well, they're getting more and more affordable. That's why they're doing it, because they want electric cars to be the car. That's what you have to get. You have to get an electric car. They want to be the best. They want to make, especially the best batteries. They are like the leaders in electric car batteries and just batteries in general, like their warehouse batteries and things like that.
Yeah.
They are like revolutionary and the best batteries in the business. And that's something that's very practical and will help loads of different things, not just transportation, but helping clean energy, especially in loads of regards. And that will in turn kind of help.
Is it that clean though?
Well, what? Renewable energy, like solar power and stuff. I'd argue it's pretty clean.
You reckon?
Yeah, why not? Oh, I've got a dog.
It doesn't produce CO2, but every form of quote unquote clean energy has some sort of major downside to it, and a big one with batteries. Have you ever seen the fucking mines that some of that stuff comes out of? They're big mines. It's not, the
what to make the actual batteries, like the battery acid and stuff.
Yeah.
But I would definitely argue that is less of an impact than, say, fossil fuel burning and stuff. I mean, there is a downside to everything, but I'm sure because. Well, you've got to go through all that shit with coal. You've got to mine it and everything, and then you've got to burn it. So there's another whole step. So I'm certain that it is better.
What do we do when we run out of it, though?
Oh, we don't. We don't run out because we make batteries that are eventually good enough, and we recycle the batteries, and then we have amazing batteries.
Yeah, we'll run out.
well, let me tell you this, John. If we run out, SpaceX, right? They're going to go up to the asteroids and start mining the fucking asteroids.
Okay, here's the thing, right? SpaceX. Now that's the pointless one.
Why is it pointless?
What is the point to the SpaceX program?
So SpaceX have revolutionized the Falcon rocket series that can take off and land again, so they can be reused. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rockets are fucking expensive, and having them be reusable is like a humongous leap in space exploration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is space exploration not a good thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the point?
What is the purpose of the SpaceX program?
What do you mean the purpose? It's innovation.
The purpose of the SpaceX program is to create what's the word I'm looking for? Like when you have like the public
attention.
No. What's the word I'm looking for? When we get it to the point. Oh, I said the word earlier.
Commercialize.
That's it. Like commercial space travel, right?
Yeah.
So commercial space travel, which is pointless and damaging and pointless. It's also one of the other main purposes of SpaceX is for colonization of Mars, supposedly.
Well, kind of, not really.
Yeah, it is.
That's a bit of a pipe dream at the moment.
It might be a pipe dream, but that's one of his main aims, which is pointless.
Well,
and what money?
But is it pointless?
Time.
In the grand scheme of human evolution and human survival, is it pointless if they could actually create living colonies on Mars?
Mm-hmm.
But isn't living our only kind of goal? And if we kill ourselves on this planet, can we live on another planet?
I won't fuck up another one, you mean?
Oh yeah. but we would live it.
Would we?
Well,
How
yeah.
would that work? How would that work?
What do you
So
mean?
let's go to a planet that has absolutely zero natural
Oh,
resources
I'm
for
not
us.
saying that Mars is any good. I
Right.
don't. I don't think it's completely feasible.
So why
Definitely
the
not
fuck
right
are we
now.
looking at colonizing Mars?
Because he's just thinking about it.
Because he's
Because
an arsehole.
well, no. I got you one chicken, by the way. I haven't found anyone
Oh,
else
cheers.
yet.
I got some seeds. Wait, I need Jack and chicken for that.
Yeah, hang on. I'm working on it. Me and my dog are going out. Um, but yeah, these are all further down the line. Immediately, SpaceX are revolutionizing. That's a word. Revolutionizing the whole reusable rockets and stuff, and that will be real useful when we start running out of shit on Earth, and we can start mining stuff in orbit, like passing asteroids and meteors and shit, and that will benefit everyone massively.
Here's a really good idea. Why don't we just use less natural resources on Earth?
Try telling that to everyone on Earth.
That's not really relevant. I understand what you mean, but it's not really the
Well,
point.
that's an ideal world, isn't it? But that'll never
Yeah.
happen. So we can do what we can with the stuff that will happen, and the stuff that will happen is people will continue using until there's nothing left because people are fucking greedy. So you got to plan for this eventuality.
Well, the best thing to do would be to not do that, and then once we use our resources, a load of us will die. The natural balance will
Start
start.
culling.
Well, no, but like the natural balance will start to.
Oh yeah, the planet will
go
be
weird.
fine. We're not fighting for the planet. We're fighting for us.
No, I understand. I'm not saying that. Humans will not go extinct from that.
No, I know.
The first thing that will happen is we will not be able to make all the fancy shit we have, and we will have to go back to living incredibly basic lives, which means we won't be able to support a population of the size that we have, which means, well, initially we won't be able to support the population growth, which means the population growth will stall, but then we won't be able to support the population we have, which means that the population will decrease.
Oh yeah, and
We won't go extinct. We're not going to go extinct from that.
no, no, I get that, and I
People
understand
just
that.
want all the fancy shit forever, and that's not going to happen.
Well, yeah, people do want the fancy shit forever, but also
And it's not going to
that,
happen.
but that would be nice, wouldn't it? If everybody lived first world country lives, happily, healthily, they live to a ripe old age, they get to see their children and stuff grow and die at 105 or whatever the fuck because of their amazing health cares. But of course, that's not going to happen.
See their children die at 105, well, they're 147.
Yeah, they will live on. We create a generation of immortals, but they have to see everyone else they love die. That's the future.
Yeah, but this again, you're describing the perfect world, which isn't going to happen.
No, but that's what everybody's fighting for because everybody wants it.
Yeah, but it's not
nice.
going to happen. So it's a pointless fight, and therefore, the people who are fighting for it, like the companies like SpaceX who are fighting for that, is pointless.
But it's not impossible, surely.
Yeah,
No, it's not, is it? Because if they do figure out all this
impossible.
stuff,
And here's why it's absolutely impossible: because the more you try and support it, the bigger the population will grow. They will outgrow what we can support with, and therefore it will form a collapse. Which is exactly what we've done with Earth, and it will happen.
yeah,
So
our
you can then form a
population
colony
is
on
fucked.
Mars, and then it will then do exactly the same thing. And then you form a colony somewhere else and do exactly the same thing. Then you can form two colonies, and they will both do exactly the same thing at the same time, give or take.
But then we
Pointless.
create a solar empire and we create a Dyson sphere around the sun and live
Yeah,
off
but we
of
won't.
the energy.
Do you know
from the
why
sun.
we won't? Because all our natural resources come from Earth, because they're only found, a lot of them, on Earth. Therefore, when they no longer exist on Earth, they no longer they no longer exist in this solar system.
But what natural resources is that? Like metals and everything can be found on asteroids.
Well, water's a big one, let's be honest.
Water's a big one, but also water can be found on asteroids. Loads of it. It's fucking ice asteroids. It's fucking everywhere.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be really easy to support a population of multiple billions by bringing water back from fucking asteroids.
If we
What
create
you've used-
if we create a space elevator, then yes, it could. Space. Have you had the space elevator ideas?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. So if we have an easy way to transport things from the planet or from orbit to the planet with using little fuel, like a space elevator, which is feasible and would work if we get the right materials for it. And having like a lunar base and stuff, things close outposts that we can launch from and gather materials from and shuffle things to and from, We get a lot of the resources we need from space. I'm pretty certain. Also, I'm
How
in bed.
close is the nearest ice asteroid to Earth?
I don't know. I haven't been researching this shit.
No. Like, it is hundreds of thousands of miles,
Oh
possibly
yeah,
even millions of miles.
it'd be a trek.
Right? Oh yeah, real fucking feasible. If it takes like 25 years to fucking do it,
But the water on Earth isn't going to dry up in 25 years, is it?
no, I'm talking about Mars, you muppet.
Oh, Mars. Well, this is way down the line, and we hopefully wouldn't be so narrow-sighted as to only do one thing. We would be thinking about other things. So when one person goes to Mars, the other person goes fetches some fucking space ice and chomps it down and shoots a little offshoot back to Mars. It's a team effort, and with more companies, more independent companies like SpaceX
So
and
unreasonable.
stuff. Unreasonable.
Unfeasible. And also, more private companies like SpaceX means more billionaires, which means less money for everybody else. The more billionaires you have, the less money the general populace has.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not a massive fan of billionaires. Billionaires. Yes, the billionaires. In general, I don't think they should really exist because, like, taxes should stop that, shouldn't they? But hey,
Only to an extent. It depends on how much you're pulling
much you-
in. Because if you pull in, even if you pay like 90% taxes, right?
yeah, and you're making however many billion in a
If you're
year.
making how many billion a year, that's a lot of money. So you could literally live a life on 50 grand a year,
Yeah, and
put the
still,
rest bit in the savings,
yeah,
and within 10, 20 years, you could still be as rich as someone like Elon Musk.
yeah, true. But
Maybe not his worth, but his like actual money,
yeah,
which probably isn't actually that much in relation when you think about it.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
shit! I just got it over me. Something else that's utterly pointless, but is also another reason he's a twat. Chip implants in everyone's head,
Yeah. See,
and this is a very
this is
real
where
thing.
my morals waver slightly because I don't think.
Waver slightly.
No, like, maybe that's the wrong phrasing, but I don't like that idea. The whole integration with AI seems like a bad idea.
Seems like a very bad idea.
Yeah.
Also, does it not strike you that someone who thinks that is a good idea and wants to try and pursue it?
He's
is not
probably a
just twats?
supervillain. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
probably the next supervillain. But hey, I'm also in bed, just FYI.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, the Neuralink stuff is pretty fucked and really messes with morals and ethics. Because what if it succeeds and you create like some really hyper strong, hyper intelligent super cyborgs? What the fuck are the implications then? Is everyone
Why
gonna
is
get
that-
them?
Why is that the mind you go down, like the route you go down?
Because what else
That
would
doesn't
it?
concern me.
Well, because you don't think it'll get that far. You don't think it will actually be any good.
I don't think it's that. It's for me. It's like private companies, governments having access to those technologies that are implanted in you.
Yeah,
Bad enough having a mobile phone, what they can steal from you,
that's
what they can do to you.
yeah, that's an issue. I understand that issue, especially like have you seen? It was some tech company in America got their employees to have a chip implanted in their hand so they could access the doors. That's pretty fucky. I wouldn't want that.
No, I wouldn't.
That's a bit spook. But yeah, that is an issue.
It's just how he is. He's a twat.
And imagine like being hacked. You're just walking around and like your right arm smacks you in the face. Like what the fuck? It's fucking virus again, isn't it? Got to go to the old Apple store and update my firmware or whatever the fuck. But who do you think is more of a cock, Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos? Hello, John.
Here's the thing, right? I can only really say Elon Musk because he's the asshole who's always doing stuff to get himself fucking to get his name out there. Whereas Jeff Bezos just kind of takes in millions and then exploits people.
I would argue that that's worse, John. He only just mildly exploits people.
Elon Musk exploits people too, but it's And don't tell me he doesn't.
Oh, I'm not going to say he doesn't. He probably does.
Yeah. Oh well, no, he certainly does. You don't get as rich as him
Yeah, that's true.
without doing so. So, yeah, they both do that. But like the one who annoys me the most is Elon Musk because of the fact he's just annoying.
Okay, that's fair.
Whereas just Bezos just set up a fucking company, takes a load of money.
Yeah.
Like it's not right necessarily, but it's less annoying than an
Jeff
arsehole
Bezos
who
is more of a traditional billionaire. He's made one
Yeah.
company and he's sat back and made a fuck ton of money off of it.
exactly.
Haven't really heard about much of it except for when he had that divorce with his wife, and his wife
Yeah.
instantly became like
Became
the
the
second
richest
richest
woman
woman. Yeah, that's quite funny. And what about
He
Mark
was
Zuckerberg?
a colossal cock.
Colossal cock. What does he rate on the billionaire hate scale? John's billionaire hate scale. The GPH.
I'd put Elon Musk at the top because he's most annoying.
Oh right, okay.
That's why he's at the top. They're all really bad for like multiple things. But it's like Elon Musk annoys me, and Tesla annoys me, and SpaceX annoys me. So
And Facebook
he's
annoys
got to
me.
go to the top. Facebook, I think Mark Zuckerberg comes next, and then Jeff Bezos.
Then Jeff Bezos. Okay, I can
Still
agree
with
with
a
that.
bit of exploitation.
So you just got censored there, John. You just got exploited.
Yeah.
Do you think
I like
companies?
Bill Gates.
You like Bill Gates?
Think
Yeah, Bill Gates.
relatively speaking.
Yeah, he was an all right lad. Was.
Still is, mate. He's still alive.
Yeah, no, I don't know. What I said was. Yeah, Bill Gates seems all right. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, do you think companies like social media companies should be restricted more, or
Oh yeah, God yeah.
and if so, by
It
what
should not be possible.
bodies?
It should not be possible for me on an incognito tab on my computer.
To search up midget porn? Yeah, you still
Yeah,
do.
Exactly. But to go on to Dickies and buy a pair of trousers, work trousers, then to go onto my phone on Facebook and get adverts for Dickies.
Yeah,
Because
it's pretty
Facebook has
fucking.
gone, oh, you've bought this.
Yeah,
That should not be possible.
no, it's very weird how that happens, and even with the just saying things or your
Saying
phone
things
picking
and the
stuff up.
adverts come up,
Yeah,
even though I've got all that sort of shit like voice activation, all that sort of stuff is all turned off. It's still listening,
yeah, always listening.
and it's not conspiracy. It's very well known now. It's not
Oh yeah, no, definitely, it is
conspiracy theory
known.
anymore.
That is just what happens. It constantly listens, like Alexa and everything, constantly
Exactly. If you're
listening.
listening, Mark, fuck you, you cunt.
Fuck off, cunt. You're rated number 2 on the dickhead billionaire John scale. Wait, what was it? John's billionaire hate scale? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no more fucking chickens around, John. I'm still
How
trying to
many have
find
I
one.
got?
One.
I've got
Okay.
eggs though. I can throw some eggs down.
I've got one egg as well, actually.
I like my little farm.
This is a nice little farm. Very idyllic. No, no baby chickens came from that one.
No, I've got none out of those.
Yeah, another thing about social media is how kind of fucking open it is to anything. Exploiting, harassment, fucking the standards, like editing software and stuff that people use to make themselves look better on Instagram, and like hurting so many young
Themselves.
people's fucking
Hurting themselves.
and
more
hurting
than
themselves. Yeah, true. It's
Although the worst one for me in terms of media is fucking Omegle.
Omega should be banned. Yeah, definitely.
Well, no, it's it's the fact that you can go on there and see literal child porn.
Well, yeah,
It's horrible.
it's a dark side of the internet. The internet's always going to be a fucky place, though. There's no way
Of
to.
course, there's no
avoid
way
it.
to regulate that. That's something that's open to. I'm not like saying Omegle should be shut down or nothing. It's not their responsibility if someone, although I guess they generally tend to pick up on it and sort it. But like it's just bad that there are people out there who will go onto Omegle, hook up a pre-recorded cam with like a girl who's like 7 sucking a dick, and show
Yeah.
it to you. I don't want to see it.
No, that's messed up. It's very messed up. It's messed up. There are people out there that would do that.
Yeah.
There definitely is, and there's a lot of them.
Ow.
What just hurt you then?
I have no idea. So I don't know. But yeah, social media is awful.
Yeah.
That's why I don't use it as a personal thing. I know I've got like a
No,
personal Facebook and stuff, but I don't actually use them.
No. I think that's a thing that people should practice more. Is just not fucking using social media.
Yeah, but people need to go back to having hobbies.
They do. More people should
People
play
don't have
fucking
people.
Warhammer. God damn it.
No, but like, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with Warhammer. As much as I joke about it, like people don't have hobbies anymore, and
No.
girls are the worst for this. I feel like I've noticed.
I think it is, yeah. More so. Well, maybe it is because true. I was going to say traditionally, but maybe not traditionally is the right word. But there are more male hobbies that you can think of, like
That's because men are more like,
dewy things.
yeah, but obviously a lot of the women's time was spent. But like when they had downtime, women used to like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say something like that. Go back to fucking knitting.
Or they'd
Or they cook dinner, or they clean.
yeah.
Get back in the
No, but they'd like
kitchen.
read, they'd read books. I know people still read a lot of books, but they'd read books or they'd do whatever the fuck women did.
Whatever enigma the women were.
This is the thing, right? Men never really knew, and still to this day don't know what women did in their downtime. But they did
And
stuff.
that's how it should stay.
Yeah. No, but they did. They went out and did all sorts of like clubs and shit as well, didn't they?
Yeah, and talked about
Like-
hating men
Pretty much, yeah. But like,
and wanting the vote.
women used to spend their downtime fighting for freedom. It's
Those fools.
it's like it's almost like now that it just seems like social media works for them. They seem to fall into line with that very easily.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's true.
I don't mean that in like a negative sense in their character. I just mean like,
Well, it's just
know,
an idle thing you can easily slip into. I find myself on Instagram all the fucking time, but luckily I'm not one of the people that is comparing myself to everything I fucking see on the
this is the
internet.
thing, right? So for men, okay,
Slippery
not so much
slope.
these days. Maybe not so much these days because men are a bunch of puffers now. But a lot of men, like me and you, for example, don't use social media. Well, you have done a bit, but I mean, certainly not me. It's like I don't use it to post my life or post
Yeah,
photos.
no.
You haven't used it much, but like
I
know
only
you do a
really
bit
use
on
it to post
Instagram and
pictures of
stuff.
animals. Usually.
Yeah. And like, yeah. But it's like a lot of girls who like even get into like content creation and stuff or influencer type stuff is very much built it's still very much in line with that social media thing. It's either makeup, and there's nothing wrong with like doing makeup YouTube and stuff, but it's either makeup or fucking vlogs with green tea and shit. But it's all like it's still all about it's very Instagram based or Instagram styled.
It's
that
that
thing.
this, a word came to my head and it instantly disappeared. But describing that kind of lifestyle, that very
Yeah, influencer lifestyle.
influencer, yeah, the influencer lifestyle. I guess that works. But it's just the culture of the time. I guess it's a weird one.
More people in general need to get out and have more hobbies. Or not even get out and have more hobbies. Stay in and
Just
have more
have more
hobbies. I don't fucking care.
Especially at the
But do
moment.
more hobbies.
Stay in and have more hobbies on your
Yeah.
own. Don't go spitting on people. That's not a good hobby right now. This time last year, perfectly fine hobby. Go spit on everyone.
Yeah.
But now,
That's a sexual fetish you can no longer do.
no, definitely not. Unless it's in your bubble. But that's usually just your family, so maybe don't do that.
Go to bed.
Yeah, I'm asleep. And now I'm awake.
But I feel, yeah, if people actually took us and didn't like treat a lot of hobbies as childish,
Yeah.
if they didn't do that and they got us, because yeah, social media is so adult in it. Like it's such an adult thing to do.
Yeah, right.
Totally, yeah, totally. You know, it's like, oh yeah, that's so. You know, you could turn around to like a 23-year-old man. Hang on. You
Yeah.
can turn around to like a 23-year-old man and be like, "Oh, fucking making airfix models. That's such a kid thing to do." It's like, yeah, how do you spend your life, miss? Oh, I see. Posting photos of yourself on Instagram that don't even look like you. Oh, nice. Yeah, my
Yeah,
life is such
cool.
a childish life.
Yeah, right. It's like it's evolved from schoolyard, like, oh, what are you doing? I'm gonna go hang out in the park. What are you doing? I'm gonna go home playing video games. Oh, nerd.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I'm gonna go sit on my sofa on Instagram and try and make myself look good. Oh, okay, you're cool. You're cool.
Exactly. It's a weird one. But I think people's mental health would be tons better
Oh, for
if
sure.
they got off of, not just if they got off social media, but if they got off of like us.
Yeah.
But video games is a different thing. It is just it's still an interactive hobby. It's just not one you should spend all your time doing.
No. Yeah, I don't think
But
anyone should
kids
be
is
spending
my
that much.
biggest one that I don't like. I hate kids.
Fucking kids. Get rid of them. Who needs kids? Ship them to Mars. Start their own fucking colony.
Elon Musk have all the kids.
Give Elon
Oh,
Musk the
I
kids.
probably shouldn't say things like that. But like the one thing I hate is like kids on
Drugs.
computer games, or not even on computer games. Kids who don't have limited, like really limited time
Oh,
on computer
yeah.
games, or who have mobile phones or tablets, or spend all their time watching TV. Like that's not. Kids should be. I know it sounds like an old man thing to say, but kids should be doing the things that kids used to do, where they would go outside, they'd play with even stuff as simple as like fucking conkers or hopscotch or kicking a football about, or
Give them a
because
stick and make them hit each other. Be fine.
yeah, exactly. I used to, me and my sister used to throw stones at each other.
That's why you are the way you are.
But like that's the best thing for kids to do because that is healthy, both mentally and physically for a start. But it's also it's good for the imagination and that's how kids should be spending their life.
Yeah.
And that's how you make your memories. You don't make as many memories sat watching YouTube.
No, not. You live other people's memories. Oh, thank you.
Exactly. Anybody watching this video, just don't.
Get outside and hit with stick.
But it is. It's true. Like it's that sort of thing that makes for a better life.
Well-
Realistically, I think if you spend all your childhood sat inside watching video games or watching like just just any of that sort of shit, spend it on social media and YouTube and stuff, you're gonna look back on your childhood and regret it a lot more than someone who joined clubs, who did creative hobbies that they
Yeah.
actually had an output to.
Well, like, I'm on both sides of the fence here. It's just weird because I definitely agree with you should restrict kids playing video games for like a certain amount of time. I would never let my kids play the
We
amount
used to
I
get
do.
when I was really young, we didn't even have like many computer stuff. We had the original Desperados and Robin Hood,
Mm.
Legend of Sherwood, which were the two main ones, and then we had some other sheet games. And we'd play I don't know, an hour or so a day. But when we got the consoles, we kind of sort of zone into them, and so we were very strictly placed on you have an hour a day.
Yeah.
Sometimes two if my parents were generous. That sort of thing,
Yeah.
No, but you know what I mean, like that, and that worked better because it meant we went out and did all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I actually interrupted. Sorry.
No, that's okay. And all I was saying is, like, yeah, I agree on that, and I definitely agree. If I try and think back to my childhood, I don't remember the games I played. I remember the experience I had outside and like actually doing stuff. However, I definitely did have fond memories on games and playing like with my friends and stuff. I can understand how the generation has changed, and after school kids now just kind of as part of the, I guess the way of living, they just go home and they play games with their friends instead of going out and meeting up with their friends or whatever because it's easier, and I don't know, they get to shoot each other. Well, they're actually
Well, I mean,
I
clearly,
met up with my friends and shot each other in real life, so
I mean, clearly, I like video games. I like playing video games. I always have done, and yeah, we make good memories, and the videos are kind of like the proof of that.
yeah.
It's all the best moments that we have, but I don't know. It's when you're a kid that really bugs me.
100% kids need to be regulated on how much time they spend on screens of any like.
But the thing is, yeah, I like video games and I like the fact you can play with your friends now, and that's ideal, and that's totally fine, and yeah, you have good times doing that, and that's great time to spend with your friends.
Yeah.
But it's it's not the same.
No, it's, well, you can't replace like real life.
Real life interaction. No.
You can go play VR with your pals on VR chat, but that's not the same. That's kind of weird. And one of your friends will probably be an anime girl. That'll be even weirder.
One of your friends will probably be a pedo because there's a lot of pedos on there.
There's a lot of pedos on there. Very creepy place. You ever seen VR chat?
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. That's where the Knuckles meme originated. That's pretty funny.
I have no idea.
Ugandan Knuckles. This is Dewey.
No idea.
You don't know Ugandan Knuckles? Oh, well, that'd be right up your alley.
Video games is such a contentious one because like it's really hard to be like, oh, video games are okay, but YouTube is not, or watching TV is not.
Yeah.
The thing is with video games, it's interactive, so in itself it's fine. But the best thing is multiplayer games.
Yeah.
When you're playing with your friends, that's when it's like at its most okay.
Yeah. At its most okay. At the optimum level of okayness is when it is multiplayer.
You cut out slightly there, so I didn't hear at the optimal level of okayness, which is what I know you said.
Yeah.
I heard at the optimal level of heinous.
Yes, the optimal heinous levels have been reached.
But yeah, so it's kind of a hard one to like explain to people. It's like, well, actually, no, they are kind of okay as long as you don't do too much.
In regulation, like everything. Literally
Like everything. Yeah, yeah.
Have it in moderation. Don't let your kids sit in front of a screen all day. I don't think I would ever get my kids a fucking tablet or something. That seems like a bad idea.
See, I wouldn't, but no doubt any fucking woman I end up with, if I'm lucky enough to actually do so, would be like, you know, a modern woman and be like, you know, they should have them.
I can understand why people would want them, because I know kids are fucking annoying. Like,
Yeah, but then you're supposed to be a fucking parent.
True, but also, I don't know. Maybe you just want some alone time. Just send the kids off, and I mean, I guess you'd have to regulate
I wouldn't
it.
like give any of my kids, young kids, like anything. They'd be able to sit and watch TV with the family, and they'd be able to maybe play some like simple computer games.
Tetris, only Tetris, no more.
Yeah. But yeah, but that, you know, nothing like too into it, because that's, yeah, I don't know. Just the one big thing's like I would never like just throw my kid an electronic device to keep them occupied.
Would you?
It's very different to throwing them a toy to keep them occupied.
Yeah, I think that's true. I would prefer real toys. Give them a transformer or something. Figure that out, you bastard.
It's the same principle. It's the same principle as going outside. It's that like actually using their fucking mind and hands and just, but like their mind in terms of their imagination.
Yeah, yeah. Mate, I was set if you gave me some fucking Star Wars figures and just sent me out in the garden. It's like, play with your Star Wars figures. Like, yes.
I used to play my dinosaurs, my toy soldiers.
Oh, dinosaurs, hell yeah. Dinosaurs are the best.
Toy soldiers were all my favourite ones.
See,
I
would.
like my toy cars as well. I like my toy cars.
Oh yeah, toy cars are fun. I would Hot Wheels. I made so many Hot Wheels tracks, and I remember going to Tesco's when they did those limited edition tiny Coke cans. Don't know why they did them. Did you ever get those? They're like literally like a couple sips of Coke. That's it. But they're tiny cans and they're pretty cheap. You got a deal for like however many for £1 or whatever. I was like, those would be amazing to smash a car into. So I got my mum to take me to Tesco's, got a bunch of those little cans, set them up, and guess what? It was amazing to smash a car into. I made a track that went round my banister and down the stairs. And
I never had any Hot Wheels tracks.
Oh, they're great fun. I used to.
No, my neighbour had to have one, so I used to go around and play with his sometimes. But yeah, we were poor.
We were poor. We had to whittle our own toy cars.
Tell you what was really fucking awesome though, and I can't see many parents doing this. In fairness, many parents didn't do it then. My dad used to make so it's like, do you remember Jurassic Park?
Yeah, of course I remember Jurassic Park.
Fucking
I
awesome
love Jurassic Park.
Right? I fucking love that. One day, like one Christmas, I was like, I want a Jurassic Park board. Like,
board.
Here's the thing, right? So you know you could get like a board and buildings and figurines, and like you'd collect these things for something that existed.
Yeah, I get you.
Possibly. They didn't tend to exist on this sort of scale.
Right.
But I was like, I want a big board Like I want, like, cause it came about because I think my dad randomly made my sister like a farmyard when he made some buildings and a board and for the toy animals. One Christmas, and so I was like, I want a Jurassic Park board, and none of this shit existed. Like none of it existed.
No.
So he had to fucking spend his evenings and his nights making me a big board. He got some little like tiny little figurine people he painted and bought some toy dinosaurs. Built all the fucking fences and gates and fucking awesome. A little jeep.
That's wholesome.
Exactly, and I did that with Need for Speed. Asked him for a Need for Speed one. My sister asked him for a Club Penguin one. The poor bastard built all these things.
Oh, amazing. Oh, that's well cool. Go,
But they were
go on,
so
Tom,
cool. I wish I had some pictures somewhere.
I remember me and my brother, we were both really into dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, and we would get a blue, like big blanket and put it on the floor for the sea, and then we get a big green blanket and put it on the middle as an island, and then we'd make Jurassic Park on the island, get all our toy dinosaurs, and like bits that looked like fences, and make enclosures, and be like, this is the carnivore enclosure, and Harvey would make his little herbivore enclosure, and I'd be like, bam, T-Rex gonna eat all your fucking herbivores. Oh no, what are we gonna do?
But that's what it means to be a kid. Exactly that.
Yeah, it is.
Like, that is so much better. Go to bed. That is so much better.
That is exactly what it means to be a kid. Shot. Go to bed. Okay.
Sorry,
Sorry, Dad. I've done playing with my dinosaurs. I'll go to bed now.
that is 10 times better than just giving a kid fucking Candy Crush or YouTube. Did you ever play Desperados?
No.
Oh, mate, you missed out on that one.
Name rings a bell though. What was it?
It was a Western game from, I believe 2001 it came out.
Oh.
It was like a point and move, like you click
Oh, yeah,
to
yeah.
move, like the old games used to be.
Yeah.
The old PC games anyway. But it was like a strategy game. Well, not strategy. It's kind of like a strategy game. Basically, you had a map, and you had to get from one side of the map to the other, more or less, whilst achieving stuff in between. But it wasn't like the really basic. It wasn't like Zelda type graphics. It was. You'd have to look it up to see what I mean. I'm explaining it really badly. But yeah, you could, you had like you could kill people. Okay, that sounds really bad, but like you had that.
You
Element
could
to it, like,
kill hookers and.
I think there were 6 characters, and they each had like 6 abilities you could do. So it's like the main guy, John Cooper, like he had a pistol and throwing knives and punch, so you could knock people out rather than kill them. So sometimes you had to knock people out. You could use bodies as to like get people to go where you want them to, they'd see a body and go, oh, what's that? And
Yeah.
so you could do that. So you could carry and move bodies. It was really cool.
Yeah.
That was such an awesome game. I can't believe you haven't played that. You missed Trick Skeleton.
Trick Skeleton. The first game I ever played, I remember it distinctly, was Spyro. The first Spyro. I don't remember what it was called, but Spyro on the PS1 at my auntie and uncle's wedding in St Audrey's wedding venue.
Huh.
And I was like, what the fuck is this? Because I'd never played any games before. I must have been like 4 or 5.
Similar age as me.
Yeah, something like that. And I was like, holy shit, I'm engrossed in this. And I played it a bit there, and then I was dragged away from it, and we went home. And then for my birthday that year, my parents got me a PS1. No, my dad had a PS1. They must have just got me Spyro. I was like, oh shit, I'm going to play the shit out of this. And I did. So I played loads of Spyro. And then when PS2 came out, whenever that was, I got that
been like 2000
at some point. Yeah, somewhere around then. And we got Spyro, the new one. The newer Spyro, and I was like, oh my god.
Ooh.
And Ratchet and Clank as well. Played tons of Ratchet and Clank. You ever played Ratchet and Clank?
I have played Ratchet and Clank, never owned it though, because I had I didn't get a console until Xbox 360, but it wasn't even like I think it was, I want to say 2007. That's when I got the first console.
Oh right.
But I had played on my neighbour's PS2, and like I had my PC, but like played on neighbour's PS2 and Tom Hayes' Xbox 360.
Oh right, yeah.
I used to go around there a lot because he used to live.
Yeah,
like,
right next to you. Yeah.
But yeah, so I never actually owned a Ratchet and Clank because I sort of missed out on it earlier than that, which meant I never ended up into it.
Mm.
Oh, and Tom, little Tom.
Little Tom.
Funny enough, he's on his PlayStation 2 as well.
Ah,
Because we used
right.
to go around there. Me and Tom used to go around each other's house all the fucking time.
Oh. I used to bully you.
Yes.
Because you're the little shitbag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird relationship we've had over the years. But see, Kendall needs to do her fucking podcast because this is much more suitable to that than.
I was going to say, we could just chop this up and make it a podcast. What was I going to say? What other games was it? Oh, my first PC games. I remember exactly that. Zoo Tycoon. You ever play Zoo Tycoon?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, it's
I
a
remember
good-
there used to be there was no Jurassic Park one. I played with my cousin.
Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, do you mean?
Probably.
I played a lot of that too.
It's so long ago, and I only played it that 1 year.
I loved Operation Genesis. I played it like long after it had died, pretty much. Like there was absolutely no support for it. It wouldn't work on a lot of computers, but my grandparents' laptop it just about worked on. So every time I'd go around there, I'd be like, right, it's time to play Jurassic Park. Move out of the way, shitlords. I'm playing Jurassic Park. And yeah, I did. It was fucking good. Make Dinosaur Park. And I'd always aim to make one massive enclosure that covers half the island that's just like natural and just introduce some predators and some herbivores and they just go at it.
Fuck me, you started even then.
Mm-hmm. Love me a bit of biodiversity.
Well, both of us are kind of like that with multiple species enclosures and stuff.
Yeah.
There was a game I used to play, and it's really pissed me off lately because it suddenly came to mind. I hear a fucking zombie. I don't know what it's called, and I can't remember what it's called. It was like these lanky robot things.
Lanky robot things.
Oh yes, this is gonna sound so fucking dumb because I don't explain it. And they had like, I think they had solid faces, but I really do not know how to explain this. I'm gonna.
Lanky robot things with possible solid faces. That's a lot of information to go off, John.
Oh, I cannot draw.
I remember I got an Xbox, the original Xbox,
That's shit. I can't draw it.
when my uncle got rid of his or something. Like he just got the 360 because it had only just come out, and he gave me his Xbox, and I played loads of Halo 2. That's when I got into Halo. Halo 2 was the bee's knees.
That was my other cousin actually. I used to play a lot of Halo around his.
Oh yeah, yeah. Halo's good. And I also played, what was another game? Oddworld. Do you ever play Oddworld?
Never heard that one.
Oddworld Stranger's Wrath, I think it's called. That was a funky game. It's like I don't know, very stylized. I couldn't explain it to you. There was like a frog-looking kind of guy and a little other kind
Pepe.
of guy. it was Pepe. It was a Pepe game. Oh, I know. Have you ever heard of Conker's Bad Fur Day?
No.
That game would be right up your alley. Very on the nose, lewd and rude, and lots of dick jokes and fart jokes and shit. And it definitely wasn't for me when I was that young. However, I really wanted to play it because obviously I was that young. I was like, oh, that seems amazing. And it was in the bunch of games that my uncle gave me when he gave them. But my mum was like, probably shouldn't play that. She didn't really look into it, but she was like, she saw it as an age-rated 16 or something. And she's like, you probably shouldn't play that because you're like 12 or whatever the fuck. And so I sneakily played it when she wasn't looking. I was like, this is amazing. It starts off with like a D-Day mission, and you see all these squirrels getting viciously destroyed in these landing crafts. It's overly gory and it's ridiculous. And I was like, this is amazing. I really like this. And then I got to a bit that was like all nice and happy and sunshiny. And I was just walking around. I was like, Mum, I've been playing this game and it's fine. I should be able to play this. This is absolutely fine. There's no need for any sort of censorship here. It's all good. And she was like, okay, fine. Little did she know, there is a lot of sexual references. There's a lot of gore. There's a lot of every kind of reference you could imagine. There's a lot of shit references. One of the bosses in it is a massive pile of shit that you've got to throw loo roll at in the bottom of sewers or something, and he sings in like an opera voice. It's like
Hit and run.
Oh, The Simpsons Hit and Run! I played that loads on PS2. That was
See, I
amazing.
never owned it, but I've played it a few times. That was funny. That's what I was going to say. Do you remember? Well, one thing is that I was not very restricted, but quite restricted on like what games I could have age-wise.
Yeah.
So Red Dead, my parents let me have or let me play. They got it for themselves, funnily enough.
Oh, really? That's quite funny.
Yeah, it was like because my dad really liked Desperados,
Ah, so he was looking for the next
so it was
next
looking for the
fix.
next sort of Western thing, and they like look at that and they really enjoyed that. But they were sort of like, I'm in an iron over whether or not we were going to play it. But yeah, there was they're like, oh, it's Western, so it's kind of okay. It's gory. It's not gory, but you know, it's. But at the time, it was kind of a little bit.
Yeah, there's a little bit gore in there. John Master dying. There's a lot of blood there.
There's swearing and that, but that's okay. The one thing I really wanted to play was GTA.
Oh
But, like,
yeah.
this is absolutely not happening until you're older. And first GTA I got was GTA 5.
Yeah, same. My mum would not let me get GTA until I was old enough. I think I was able to get it a couple years under my age.
Yeah, I think it came out in 2013, so it would have been 16.
60. Yeah, I wasn't
when I
allowed
got
it when
it,
it came out. I had to
No,
wait.
I had to wait a
year
little
bit. Yeah.
I didn't have to wait that long, but I had to wait a little bit.
And
But yeah,
actually putting that in perspective, my little brother Noah, who is 16 now, has been playing GTA for the past like 2 or 3 years.
that often happens with
Yeah.
parents. They're like, no, you can't do this.
And then with younger kids, it's like, oh, it's fine now. And who turns out the best? The older one.
Always. But yeah. Do you remember going back again, like way back, Speedy Egbert?
Speedy Egbert. No, it sounds like you just made that up.
No, that was a genuine game. It was like I can't remember what they're called, like the levels games, like the flat
Platformer.
platform game. Yeah, it was a platform game. It's a fucking Enderman in my farm. Yeah, it was a platformer game. And you were this little yellow egg, and you had to run around.
Oh.
It was a lot of fun. The one thing I played the shit out of when I first got a console was Lego Star Wars.
Oh yeah. I was obsessed with Lego Star Wars.
And then Indiana Jones as well.
Oh yeah. I played loads of Lego Star Wars: The Complete Collection, which is the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy in one.
Yeah, well, we had 3, 4, 5 first. Sorry, 4, 5, 6 first, and then just
Yeah. But
complete.
I remember my disc scratched, and I was devastated. And I was looking online and stuff, and I was like, "How can I fix this? Surely there's got to be a way. I can't just lose my game. I spent like £20 of my own money on this. What the fuck? I saved that up for ages, and it just didn't work. And I think I had to save up again, which took me another few months of begging parents and grandparents for a little bit of cash, and I just saved it away, and then I got another. But obviously, when you're a kid, a few months is fucking ages.
Yeah.
So I was relieved when I got it again. But yeah, that was a good game. Played that a lot.
So yeah. The other game you played, so I was quite like restricted in terms of what games, like not like you can't have this game, can't have that game, just the amount of games we had.
Yeah.
When I was young, before I got the console, like it was literally like, what do we have? So we had the Desperados, and we had Robin Hood, Legend of Sherwood, which was like the same thing, but Robin Hood rather than Western. And then Speedy Egbert. But then we had like this other disc that had like lots of little games on it.
Oh yeah, I had a couple of those.
Like one of which was Speedy Egbert, but a condensed version, and then so it's that sort of thing. There was some Lego City game on there or something. So there was like, oh, and then the other one we had was Reader Rabbit, I think it was called.
Reader Rabbit.
It's kind of like a learning game, sort of.
Oh right.
I played a lot when very young.
Yeah.
And that was kind of it.
Wow.
Really. For a long time. But hey, all this started because of Elon Musk.
Because fucking Elon.
God damn you, Elon Musk. I just wasted an hour's recording session.